I'm doing a video on a tutorial on how I made the witch's hat, the LV witch's hat. The first thing I'm going to ask for is grace. and we're going to go ahead and get started. Some viewers have reached out and said they're curious on how I made it. And so I'm going to show the difference between printable vinyl and just a regular HTV basic cut. So the first thing that I do is I go to the upload button, which is right here, and I upload my LV design, which is this one right here that I want to use. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this a few times because we're going to do many variations. Okay, so now I have my LV design and I'm going to now get my witch's hat. So I'm going to go to images, which is right here. And I'm going to type in witch hat. And this is the one that I used. Okay. And I'm going to duplicate that twice so that I can show you a few different things. All right. Now, the color of the hat does not matter when you design it and cut it out because you're going to choose the color of vinyl. And we'll go ahead and I'll go ahead and show you what I mean by that later. But for this purpose, I don't want a black hat and a black design. You won't be able to see it. So I am going to change the color of my hat to a lighter color. Okay. Now, the first thing that you have to do is you have to go to this arrange button, which is right up here. And you want to send this hat, send to back. Okay. And I'm going to show you why. Now you take this design that you uploaded and you set it up on top, and you want to make sure that I like to make the hat as big as possible and the LV as small as possible so that I can get more of the design in my hat. And I want to line it up the way I see fit. Okay. And I like that. So you take the two, and by taking the two, you just cover both images and you go to this combine button right here and you hit subtract. And there you go. It doesn't matter what color this is because you are going to cut the hat. You're going to choose the vinyl and cut the hat. Okay. This white is all negative space. It's going to weed out. All right. Now, let's make this a prettier color. Okay. Again, doesn't matter what color I have on screen. I'm going to pick my vinyl. All right. So now I grab this one from the images as well, and I'm not going to hit arrange, but I am going to change the color so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay. So I did not hit the arrange send to back. I did not send this to the back, and I want you to see what happens. You do not see the LV design. You cannot see how you're lining up your hat. Okay. So now that I have my hat highlighted, and you can do it here, you can do it over here, you go to arrange and you send to back. Okay. And now I can see my design. Again, I take both. I go to this button down here, combine, and I hit subtract. And there you go. Again, doesn't matter what color I make the hat. It doesn't matter. It does not matter because I'm going to choose my vinyl. Okay, so that's how you do the HTV. Now I'm going to show you how, actually we're going to do a pumpkin. I'm going to show you different, it doesn't matter what image you use. I'm going to use a different image. I'm going to use a pumpkin because I do want to make a pumpkin. I'm going to choose this one, and I'm going to just make it smaller for now. Move that over, take this. Now I got to take this pumpkin and I want to move send to back, send to back. Okay. Now for my pumpkin, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. It's all your creative design. Okay. I'm going to make this a little bigger. Oh, I kind of like that. Whoops. Okay. I kind of like that right there. All right. So I'm going to take these two designs and I'm going to come over here to combine, and I'm going to hit subtract. And now I have my pumpkin. I do need a pumpkin. I want to make a pumpkin shirt for Coral, and I want to make a pumpkin shirt for me. Okay, so there's the pumpkin. All right, so there's 2 witches' hat and a pumpkin. This is all HTV. Now I'm going to show you the difference when you do printable vinyl. So let's go ahead and let's just do another image. Let's do a bunny rabbit. Okay, bunny rabbit. We will grab a solid bunny rabbit that with no whiskers, We'll do this one, okay? We'll do this one. And this is just for showing you the difference between the 2, okay? So you have your bunny rabbit, and you have and they're both the same color. Now color matters. Now color matters. So, and placement matters. So I'm going to take this, make it a little bit bigger. I'm going to bring my bunny rabbit up here. And I'm going to take specific LV designs, LV designs Oh, what happened? Let me see. I'm going to hit slice. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to get rid of that. Okay, so there's an LV there, and I'm going to get rid of that. All right, so I'm going to do that again. This time I'm going to make a couple of these because printable vinyl and HTV is completely different. So again, now we're doing printable vinyl. So I'm going to take this. I have an LV. Is that LV? Yeah, I think it does. Okay, I'm going to fix that. All right, so then I'm going to take this design and do the same thing. Grab the entire thing, hit slice, and then have my LV design up there. Grab this and erase it. I'm going to take this and use this one right over here. Actually, I'm going to use this one right over here. Surprised you can see it. And grab this. I'm just taking individual pieces. And I think I need one more. So I'm going to grab this one, is the only one I'm missing. Grab the entire thing, which it says it's not. Okay. I have to get rid of that first. Grab the entire thing and hit slice. Grab that. Now I notice this has a little piece extra with it, so I have to get rid of it. There's a little black dot right here, okay? And I need to get rid of that. So I'm going to go like that and hit slice. I just want this. Get rid of that. All right, so now I have my pieces, my individual pieces of the LV design. And that's what I need. I don't need any of this. Okay? So what I'm going to do is duplicate several. And we're going to use these for our print and cut. Okay, so I chose the bunny. Now I said before, the bunny, it matters what color this is. Okay, so if you want your print and cut to be black, then you leave the bunny black. But you can't have a black bunny and a black design to go over it because you won't be able to see it. No matter what you do, you won't be able to see it. But I don't want a black bunny. I want a yellow bunny. Okay, and then I don't want black because it'll print. If I put, did I send this to the back? Let me send to the back. Okay, I don't want a black bunny with, or a yellow bunny with a design on it. I don't want that. So I'm going to take these three just for fun. And you see where it says multiple? I'm going to go down and go to print and cut, and then I'm going to go to this question mark. I'm going to go to multiple, and I'm going to hit color, and I'm going to pick the color I want that to be, and I want it to be blue. So I'm going to put some blue ones here. Then I'm going to take a couple more because I want different colors. And I'm going to make these color pink. And I'm going to take these and I go like that. Okay. And I'm going to take some of these and I'm going to grab them, go to original artwork, go to color, and I'm going to make these purple and place these right here. Okay. And I'm not going to use this design. I am going to print it for you, but I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to use the rest black for time. Okay. And I think that's a good design. Okay. So now we're going to take this design and you have to flatten it. So we're going to grab it all and we're going to hit flatten. This is going to print just like this, the yellow, the pink, the black, the blue, because this is a print and cut, where this is a basic cut. This is a basic cut, and this is a basic cut. That is the difference between printable vinyl, which is this, and regular HTV that you're going to cut out. Okay, so that's what we're going to do next. Let me go ahead and get the Cricut ready, and I will print this one. Let me get rid of all this. I will print this one. I will not print this one, so let's go ahead and erase that. I will print a pumpkin, and I'm going to print this bunny rabbit. These two will be printable. This one will be printable vinyl, and you're going to see all these pretty little colors, and these two are going to be HTV. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get that started, and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is going to be a little crazy because I'm using my hand to hold the camera while I do this with the other hand. So for this pumpkin right here, I'm going to take gold. It doesn't matter. I'm going to choose the gold, and you put it shiny side down on the mat. So here I'm asking for grace. All right, and then I'm going to go to continue. And then I'm going to go to glitter iron on, and the mirror's on, because for iron on you want to make sure that the mirror's on. It's right over here, mirror. And then I'm going to put in my design. This is crazy. Okay, I'm going to put in my design, and it's going to cut, and then I'll come back to you. Okay, so that cut out, and now I'm going to show you how on screen this hat is yellow, but I chose the blue glitter vinyl. I'm going to go ahead and put it in here, hit make. On mat, mirror, continue, glitter iron on, and then put it through my so we'll go ahead and let that cut out, and I'll come back to you. Okay, so the blue witch's hat cut out, and now I'm going to show you how I do this. Is a print and cut. Okay, so you're going to use printable vinyl. So up here it says print and cut, and then you go to make. Now with my printable vinyl, I do not mirror. Okay, so this is the design, and I go over here to continue, and then I had to go, I'm going to not calibrate for purposes of this video, but then you hit send to printer. So stand by. So that's the printable vinyl of the bunny rabbit. I put it on the sheet. I'm asking for grace because you may not see this, but I am walking back and forth to 2 different rooms to get this done. And this is printable vinyl. So it does not, it's on the printable paper, and it's going to cut out the bunny rabbit. Okay. And when it does that, I'll get back. Okay. Yay. We're back. Now we're in the recording room and I can relax. Okay. So it printed. It ripped right there, but I wasn't going to use this design anyway. So it printed, okay, and it cut on just the outline. It didn't cut any of these designs. So then you would take your printed image and let me just tape that. Now, I wouldn't tape it for if I was using it because you can't have the tape hit the shirt, but I'm not doing that, so I'm not using this design. Okay, so I just want to tape that. Okay, so now you have your design. This is the printable one, you guys, so you can make this any color. You see how it's exactly the color that we did it on screen. I picked yellow and I picked all these colors. Okay, this is the size. You can make these smaller, you can make the bunny smaller. Okay, and then for printable vinyl, you have to find, which is always a bit difficult with me in these nails, you have to find your in, because you need to release the printable vinyl from the backing. And I'm not being as careful as I normally would be. There we go. Because I'm not using this. This is just for this video. Just for this video. Okay, so then you remove this. And you can put this on a shirt, you can put this on a bag, you can put this on a pouch, you can put this anywhere. I taped it and then I messed up. Oh, because I taped the paper. You don't want to tape the design anyway. You want to iron it on. So there you guys go. Let's see if I can get that to stick. You would iron this on to your design. Or your blank. You would iron this onto a pouch or a bag or a shirt, and that's how you would do an LV printable vinyl. You choose the colors, you choose everything, how big it's going to be, the design it's going to be, and everything, and that's how you do that. Okay, so that is that. Now for this, I'm going to, this is the hat, and see, now this is my vinyl. I chose the color. If you remember, I think this was purple. I'm not sure. We can look back. But I'm going to roll it around a little bit, and I'm going to start weeding, and then I will finish weeding on camera because it does take some time with the LV design, and then I'll show you. So I'm going to remove the outer part of the design. You see it's shaping like a hat. Okay, did you see that? Now there's all kinds of little things that you have to weed out. Let me get my glasses on. Hold on. And let me get my smaller pin that just went under. Okay, let me see. So then now you would take your weeding tool, and I made this small because it's just for video purposes. And you take your weeding pin and you start weeding out the LV. But you have to first be able to see it. And I need my, sorry, but it fell down. Let me just get it out. Stand by. There we go. Get all this back in there. One moment, please. Stand by. Okay, I need this to be able to. So now you start taking the intricate designs off. like this. And this is going to take a while. So you just remove the LV design that you cut out, because on the regular HTV vinyl, you had it cut all of this out, which gives it its LV design. Okay, so stand by. I'm gonna remove the rest off camera. Stand by. Okay, so for purposes of this tutorial, I went ahead and weeded out all the cuts from the design, okay, of the hats, and then I would iron the hat on to whatever blank that I am using. Let's see if you can see it better down here. You see the designs, okay, and that's on regular HTV. I started the pumpkin. Can you see? I have to weed out all of this. Continue weeding out, and then when you're done weeding out, you would take this and you would iron it on to your blank. And that's the difference between regular HTV, my LV designs, and printable vinyl LV designs. Those are the two different ways that I make them. Actually, the sky's the limit, you guys. If you use your creative mind, you can just keep coming up with more and more ideas of how to use the LV design in anything that you make. Okay? Well, I hope this video helps the people who were asking about how I make my LV designs. Again, if you guys need additional information, please send me an email. If I'm not answering my email, send me a comment that tells me to check my email. And because this email that I use for this station, this YouTube channel is not on my phone, so I don't check it. I have to go onto my computer to check it. So, and it doesn't have a lot of traffic, and I like that. It doesn't have, like, you know, spam and all that. So I don't use this email to send anything out except to talk to you guys. That's the only reason why I have this email, is to communicate with all of you and help with anything that you guys need help with. Okay, so have a wonderful rest of your day. I really, truly hope this video helped. Again, I ask for grace with how it's going to turn out on when I put it together. I love and appreciate you guys all. Take care. Thanks, you guys. Bye.